Most of my flying this year has either been on floats or on pavement. And don't get me wrong, I've loved every minute of it. But after 9 months in the lower 48, flying around cities, over freeways, and in and out of busy airports, getting the Hawkwagon back to Alaska just felt right. This wasn't just another flight. It was actually one that I'd been thinking about since the day I left. It was remote, it was quiet, and it was raw. It was the kind of flying that reminds you why you spent $5,000 on 31-inch Alaska Bushwheels. And today, those Bushwheels completely saved my bacon.
Yeah!
Hey, I'm Brett. Flying isn't just about where you're going, it's about where you can go. From rugged backcountry strips to the edges of the map, I'm chasing adventure, one landing at a time. So buckle up and come along. We are cleared to adventure.
Cessna 904 Alpha, radar services are terminated. You are cleared to adventure.
This morning I got a text from my buddy Jeff. He was off of work and he wanted to go fly. He told me that he had a spot in mind, and as luck would have it, that area was already on my list.
Merrill Tower, ball 6147, Mike, flight still holding at 5.
147, Mike, we just checked for traffic flows crossing your departure corridor, and runway 5, clear for takeoff, altitude across the water is approved.
Clear for takeoff, wind deviation, ball 47, Mike, flight.
We launched out of Merrill Field, and we pointed west toward Mount Susitna.
Alrighty, let's go see what there is to see today. I actually have really no idea where we're going today. This is like one of the Jeff's spots that he wanted to go. And I'm along for the ride, pretty much.
God, let me fly like a bird in the sky. Don't let me fall down again.
Now, if you've spent any time in the Anchorage area, you've already seen this mountain, rising across the inlet like it's been standing watch over the city forever. But you probably know this mountain by a different name, Sleeping Lady. From the air, you can see why. Her silhouette looks like a woman laying on her back. Head, arms, knees, all perfectly outlined. And there's an old Dena'ina legend behind it. They say she was a giant woman who fell asleep waiting for her warrior to return from battle. When word came that he had been killed, she laid down in sorrow and never woke up. They say that she's still waiting. Now, it's not the tallest peak around, but for anyone who calls Anchorage home, she's iconic. The kind of mountain that you miss when you're away, and after everything that the Hawkwagon has been through over the past year, she was a welcome sight.
So, Jeff, where are we going today?
We are going to a super secret location. You know, a lot of places I disclose, and some I don't. And so this is one I don't. And I call it a glacial sandy beach.
So we're calling this, like, wait, are you like blindfolding me in? Like, how am I doing this?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, do you have your bucket on? Told you to put that bucket on. So watching your videos, Brett, on the YouTube, I love them. But I noticed that some folks have, like, in-video ads, and you don't seem to have in-video ads. Have you ever just wanted to do that, or what?
So I get pitched a lot by brands wanting me to do like sponsorship deals with them. And to date, there are only 2 companies that I'm working with for a reason. I'll get to that. But basically, it's Six-Pack Aero and Dynon Avionics. And the only reason that I've chosen them over really anything else is because for me to do a sponsorship with somebody, I really have to believe in the product, and I have to use it personally. And if I don't, I have no interest in doing a deal with them just to make money. And the reason I do that is because if I recommend a product, I want people to know that it's something that I truly stand behind. And that's why Six-Pack Aero and Dynon, I believe, are the future of avionics and avionics installs. And that's why I decided to go against doing really any other sponsorships with anybody else.
Well, there you go. Thanks.
Yeah, it's kind of, I know that's how a lot of YouTubers pay their bills, but I don't want to just recommend products because they pay me. I want to recommend products that I truly love.
Well, sadly, my YouTube channel, I have not been approached.
I want to sit down with you on that because I have some ideas for your channel.
All right.
We continued north deeper into the range toward the Hayes Glacier, right up against the base of the Hayes volcano. If you're flying in the Alaska range, you're going to be flying near volcanoes. There's really no way of getting around it. But Hayes is different. It doesn't look like a typical volcano. There's no perfect cone, no dramatic summit. In fact, it wasn't even recognized as a volcano until the 1970s. Hidden deep in the range, almost always covered in cloud and ice, and there's actually no recorded eruption in human history, but geologists say that it's still active. Its last major eruption was around 1,200 years ago, and it left ash deposits as far away as the Yukon. From the air, it's easy to miss unless you know what you're looking for. But below its summit sits the Hayes Glacier, a remote glaciated basin that feels completely disconnected from the rest of the world. That was our first stop for the day.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular back in here. Right in front of us, you're going to see all these hummocky moraines. They're called drumlins, and anyway, there's going to be this really sandy area. If it hasn't changed, it's perfect.
Oh, holy crap, man, there's so many cutouts and stuff here. This is crazy.
It took some time to find a place where both Jeff's Maul and the Hawkwagon could land. Jeff's Maul has a much shorter wing, which means that he has a higher approach speed than the Hawkwagon. And the Hawkwagon, on the other hand, has that classic Cessna wing, but we've installed a Sportsman STOL cuff, which is a drooped leading edge that reshapes the airfoil, giving you a better low-speed control, a much smoother stall, and more lift when it counts.
This over here is super flat.
I like that, the way it looks over there better.
But where that Sportsman's cuff really shines is when it's paired with all of the other modifications that I've done to this aircraft. An engine that makes about 70 horsepower more than stock, a prop that bites a lot harder, and a center of gravity that has been fine-tuned for all of these modifications. The result is a plane that gets out fast, settles in slow, and feels rock solid at pretty much any airspeed. Well, what is this place called?
I'm not telling.
We're not telling what this place is called. So, it's somewhere in Alaska. I'm calling it Jeff's Secret Spot, is what I'm calling it. From the glacier, we launched again, headed to a spot that was calling our name. And this next landing is where I realized just how worth it those Bushwheels really were.
All right, so I'm going to come across the valley here to the left.
Okay, are you climbing too?
Yes. If you see that big canyon going up in there,
Yeah, that's where we're going.
that's where we're going to the top of that.
Cool. That's the strip?
Yeah.
Let me take a look at that as I'm getting close behind you here. I'm coming up on it now. Let me do a little pass.
From the air, the strip looked absolutely perfect. It looked absolutely smooth, flat, and inviting. But it was a trick of the light. What looked like velvet was actually a field of tamped down tussocks. Now, if you've never flown in Alaska, a tussock is a clump of earth with tufts of grass growing out of the top. Big, lumpy, uneven. Imagine landing on a field of smashed together camel humps and hoping that your tire rolls across the top instead of dropping into the gaps. Now, this is where those 31s really earned their keep. It wasn't the cleanest landing that I've ever done, but I got down and stopped.
It's a little tussocky.
It looks smoother than it is.
Holy tussocks, Batman.
I'm like,
Spring steel gear doesn't love this kind of terrain, but my upgraded P-Ponk gearboxes held up and the 31s took the brunt of the abuse.
So here, you can see Jeff just like disappearing as he walks. So that's what we're dealing with here.
We threw the drone up to get a look at the place, and right after that, it was time to head home. My takeoff was uneventful, but the flight back down through the gorge was absolutely stunning. The Hawkwagon is only here in Alaska for a few more weeks before it heads south again. This time to get a full Dynon glass panel installed by my friends over at Six Pack Aero. I'll be doing as much flying as I can up here in Alaska before then, because these kind of days and this kind of flying, well, this is exactly why I brought the Hawkwagon all the way back to Alaska for just a couple of months. And if this kind of flying gets you excited, just remember, you're never too old and it's never too late. Get out, get a demo flight, and see what this kind of flying is all about.
The glory of the yellow sky burns bright in me till the
And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is a good time. I'm donating 1 penny for every new subscriber to this channel through the end of August to the Recreational Aviation Foundation. They're the ones out there keeping the backcountry open for the rest of us and for the next generation of pilots that are coming up behind us. Thanks for riding along on yet another episode, and I'll see you next week.
Cessna 904 Alpha, radar services are terminated. You are cleared to adventure.